are able to exploit conventional materials in a very devastating way. What McVeigh did at Oklahoma City in 1995, using commercially available materials to some devastating effect, although they weren't the casualties that we see today. But 1993,
Hey, but Vince, let me interrupt
sure.
you for a second, and I apologize. I sound like
fine.
on the attack here, but there's a feeling in the. You notice I haven't called anybody a terrorism expert this morning.
I don't think anyone wants to be known as a
Thank you very
terrorism
much,
expert
and
today.
but we have a series of terrorism experts who appear in our lives and sometimes sound off knowledgeably. I exclude you from this, by the way, otherwise I wouldn't raise it in your precedent. Sound off, knowledgeably about how we know this group and that group and that group. And this is, among other things, a desperate failure of intelligence in both the human and technical area. Am I right?
No, there's no question about it, Peter. It's a major intelligence failure. The inability to anticipate this kind of a terrorism event on U.S. soil. I think that they were focused on bin Laden in Afghanistan. They were focused on U.S. facilities abroad, and I don't think they believed that bin Laden or a consortium of groups collaborating together had the capability or the willingness to do this kind of thing. Is that a false assumption? Obviously.
Yeah.
We saw what they did with the USS Cole last year. It was a very sophisticated U.S. warship that was almost totally destroyed with the loss of 17 lives by suicide bombers.
And just one other thing before I let you go back and work the
Sure.
beat for us, if you would, and that is Osama bin Laden. Some of my colleagues and I argue here about the U.S. emphasis on bin Laden. It's bin Laden, bin Laden, bin Laden. It's if the United States gets only one focus at a time in terms of somebody involved in terrorism. Has the intelligence community fallen in love with the notion that only bin Laden can do this?
No, I don't think they have. They certainly have focused on bin Laden as the bête noire and as the architect of terrorism against U.S. officials, U.S. citizens.